Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Come and dance with me. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to 1944 in Cookers in Sheffield. This guy is quite distinctive and unique in many ways. Gritty and bluesy voice and a dynamic stage presence. Very much influenced by such greats as Ray Charles and Lonnie Donegan. The guy we're talking about is the immortal Joe Cocker. Now, Joe did form a band called the Cavaliers in 1960, but it was in 1964 he got signed to Decca Records. But unfortunately, fame and recognition were elusive for Joe Cocker, and that didn't last. But in 1966 he formed the Grease Band, and those guys got a bit of a following around the pubs around Sheffield and London. But it was when Joe Cocker moved to the Marquee Club in London as a solo artist that he got well and truly recognised. In fact, he got quite well known by the Beatles. So, Paul McCartney in particular had quite a lot of really good things to say about Joe Cocker, including letting him sing "With a Little Help from My Friends" 1968. This really truly is one of Joe Cocker's classics, originally sung by Ringo Starr, but Joe Cocker just took it to another level, and I'm sure the Beatles were really glad of that. We got a live performance here from Woodstock. Absolutely stunning to see Joe Cocker at Woodstock, and with a little help from my friends. You just really notice just how he just really rocks it up. He blueses it up. He just grooves it up big time, and there's just so much production going on in this particular live performance. Joe Cocker puts actually everything into his performance. He's got a very distinctive stage presence about him. He went to the US, including such festivals as the Newport Rocks Festival and the Denver Pop Festival. And then enter another Beatles song, "Something in the Way She Moves." We've got a live clip from which a bit later, but 1969, Joe Cocker sings "Something in the Way She Moves." Beautiful, just a beautiful stripped back version. Just shows Joe Cocker's a little bit more mellow side, absolutely. And so got a live version of that one. Move forward. Fame was taking a bit of a toll on Joe Cocker and his mental health in particular, and he needed to have a bit of a rest, but he couldn't do that. He needed to honour a contract of touring in the US, 20 months visiting 48 cities. And then out in 1970, a mini movie, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. We've got a clip of The Letter. This was originally done by the Box Tops, but this is an absolutely incredible song by Joe Cocker. The Letter, we got a performance of that one. He then had a 2-year rest, which probably is just what he needed, but he did return at Madison Square Garden performing to 20,000 people. And then we go on to another little soft version, Joe Cocker singing "You Are So Beautiful." This came off the 1973 album "I Can Stand a Little Rain." How wonderful for that. Got a live version moving forward to 1990. In 1979, he performed to another crowd of 20,000 people in New York, Central Park. And then entered the 1980s, and Joe well and truly kept going, including in 1982, "Up Where We Belong" from the movie "Officer and a Gentleman." This was with Jennifer Warnes, and this actually was a #1 hit for these two. We've got a live performance from the Oscars here. Then move forward to 1986, and some of Joe's more recognisable songs, particularly if you're a little bit younger like myself. We've got "You Can Leave Your Hat On." You take off your dress, you take off everything else, but you can leave your hat on. Absolutely beautiful song, that one. And I think Joe just really he's just the perfect guy to sing this one really in many ways, because it's just because we know Joe hasn't got the biggest of ranges, but he does make the most of it when he sings, and he gives all his heart and soul to it. So we've got a visual and live version of Can You Leave Your Hat On. The live version has got a lot of production on stage. Pretty good to see him singing in front of all these guys, all these people. But then it's also off the same album, the album was Cocker, by the way, Shelter Me, and a version of that one. 1987, Unchain, My Heart Set Me Free, absolutely stunning song by Joe Cocker. And you know, massive production number, this one. We've got a live version of that one. During the 1980s, he did extensively tour to Europe, Australia, and the US. Unfortunately, in 2014, he did leave us due to lung cancer, but the Beatles came out and acknowledged and paid tribute to Joe Cocker as just the epitome of soul, absolutely. He has received the Grammy Award. He's received an honorary doctorate from Sheffield University. And the Rolling Stone put him at the number 97 of the top 100 artists, singers of all time. He's also received an Order of the British Empire. Between 1969 and 2012, 22 studio albums, 9 live albums, 14 compilation albums, 68 singles. 68 singles, it's quite a lot really when you think about it. 14 million albums sold worldwide. So Joe Cocker well and truly has contributed to this legacy of this thing called music. And I think what we can take out of the Joe Cocker story is this. He didn't let his lack of range stop him. You know, he thought, actually, I've got a voice. I've got a bit of a unique voice, really, in many ways. I'm going to do my thing. I love blues. I love rock. I love all that sort of stuff. And I can actually bring my particular slant to the world. And because of that, the world has really resonated with him. I think, again, the story about when we find out who we truly are, the world resonates with us. And Joe Cocker, well and truly, it has been the world. And I think we've got to just remember, I think, that we all strive for perfection, don't we? We try to be a certain way and try to get a certain way of doing things. But being who we are and unique, you get some absolutely incredible stuff thrown at you and some amazing songs, particularly in the 1980s for Joe Cocker. And so I think we've got to always remember that in this world of everyone trying to be the same as each other, it's our distinctiveness and our uniqueness that makes us who we are. So I think that's what we can take out of the Joe Cocker story today. And even if the Cocker family is watching, my condolences, and we all know how amazing Joe was to the world. So the links to those 9 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video the video from my last artist. So the links to those 9 videos are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from rock goddess Joan Jett. So if you want to recap on her, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Live Reflections for Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to another Joe Jackson. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.